Peace, IG. Daniel KC1 NCF tapping in with you. Tonight's message, today's daily survival tip, number 21. Don't forget to enjoy life. Don't forget to enjoy life. It's very easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, the day-to-day struggle, to get caught up in work, to get caught up in business, to get caught up in family, to get caught up in, trying to make ends meet, trying to meet and overcome the obstacles, trying to prepare for the inevitable, trying to prepare for uncertain times, trying to prepare for things that we can't necessarily see coming, but we feel that something is on its way. It's so easy to get caught up by so many things at any given time in this world, family, that we have to remember, don't forget to enjoy life. So this had to be one of our daily survival tips. It probably should have been somewhere higher up on the list, quite frankly, because at the end of the day, what is the point of life, right? Life is a journey. Life is full of what's called vicissitudes, ups and downs, ebbs and flows, trials, storms, different seasons in life that we all go through, we all experience to some degree hardship, loss, pain, and that's inevitable. If you live past, a year old, you're going to experience some kind of negative happening. You're going to experience something that isn't, ideal. But at the end of the day, you still have to try to enjoy life, because that's a huge part of it. It's enjoying the process. In the Constitution of America, they talk about, the pursuit of happiness, right? Meaning you have to pursue. This is something you have to go after. It's not something that is just given to you. It's not something that just drops into your lap. You're not just going to turn around and it's just going to smack you in your face and be there one day. It's a pursuit. You're going to be doing things. You're going to engage in activity. You're going to engage in relationships that you will try to attempt to bring some type of joy out of that. You're going to try to bring some happiness into your life. You're going to try to put happiness into other people's lives, joy into other people's life. And throughout that process, you'll fail. Throughout that process, you'll have setbacks. Throughout that process, you'll have obstacles that you have to meet or strive to meet and overcome. But don't forget to enjoy life. I don't want this to be a doom and gloom channel. I don't want this to be a doom and gloom page, because we deal with disaster, survival, preparedness, and all those things. Yeah, we see disasters happen all the time. We see people who are put into pieces, the least of things that's happening. We see people who are catapulted into situations and circumstances that they did not see coming. Situations and circumstances that they didn't have adequate enough time to plan for. Meaning, if you get a hurricane warning and you never really thought about survival and preparedness, it's a little, 2-3 days. The hurricane is, where you live is in the trajectory of a hurricane. It's like, okay, and this is supposed to be a pretty big one. You got 3 days to make things happen, but you're competing against other people, right? So sometimes people are catapulted into it. Sometimes people have a little bit of a warning, but it's not enough to really put all your ducks in a row, right? And so you have to go with it as best you can in the moment and do what you can do. But the reality is that, we all have some kind of obstacles that we face. But knowing that the obstacles are there, knowing that the trials are there, knowing that life isn't perfect, life isn't smooth, we can smooth out some things, we can perfect some things, we can make changes, we can do things to ease life, we can do things to make life more convenient, we can do things to make life more appealing, to make life more exciting, we can do things to make life more palatable. But at the end of the day, those things, peace, we got Q minus in the building, thanks for tapping in, sis. But at the end of the day, those things that we do, while they may have some benefit for us for a time in a season, there's always going to be something else going on that may not be as pleasant. So don't forget to enjoy life. So that's daily survival tip number 21. Again, very, very, very important. Do what you got to do to prepare yourself, to prepare your family for the unknown, for the things that are reoccurring in your environment, for the things that there is a probability or possibility that you might find yourself in an adverse situation or in a situation circumstance or under circumstances where you don't have full control or where things are uncertain. Prepare for those times, but don't let it consume you. Don't let it become you. Master that art. What are some things that you can do to get into survival and preparedness without letting it overwhelm you on a day-to-day basis? As you go, as you shop, as you look around, pick up little things. You don't have to go all in. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You're at the grocery store, pick up some big lighters, pick up some candles, pick up some heavy duty contractor garbage bags, pick up some extra detergent for your dishes, for your clothes, things that you can just stock up little by little. You hit the store and you got extra $5, buy some rice. Maybe you don't need rice, maybe you got plenty of rice. You got a few extra dollars, don't buy the cup of coffee, go buy some rice, put that up in the pantry somewhere. The next time you go into a store, you might see some paper plates or some plastic utensils, buy a pack of that, put that in the stash somewhere. Next time you go into the store, you might see some sterno cans, for warming up food, put some of those in the stash. Next time you go to the store, you might see walk down the first aid aisle, buy some band-aids, put them aside, buy some gauze pads, put that to the side. So every time you're out and about and you're moving about, little by little, you see something, okay, I can get that real quick, let me buy some ace bandages. Okay, today there's a deal on canned food, let me buy like 10 cans of food, put that to the side, not to touch, and build up little by little. Before you look at it, before you know it, after 6 months, after a year, you would have acquired a bunch of survival stuff, things for your survival. And the reality is that when you do it like that, especially if you don't have the means to do it big and to buy a whole bunch of large purchases at a time, at the end of that year, you're gonna feel good because you have something put aside. But you didn't let it consume you because you did it gradually. So don't forget to enjoy life. Again, you need to prepare, but do it gradually. Hit that store, get you some matches, put those matches away. Maybe you have a few extra dollars, you can buy something a little bit more expensive. Go buy your radios. Maybe you might go buy a tourniquet or a full trauma kit. Go make a list of all of the different preps that if you had all the money in the world you would buy, and work your way up that list over time. You might say once a week I'm going to buy one thing that's not too expensive, once a month, or whatever time you put on it, and it will add up. And because you're not scrambling and forced, you say, well, I need to get this now, I need to get all this. Don't put yourself in that mind frame. If you have the money, then you probably should, if you can afford to do it. And having the money to actually purchase something, of course, family, doesn't mean you can afford to do it. Just having the money alone. But if you can't afford to do it, then there are certain things that you should just go ahead and get. And those things are things that, as time goes on and things get more uncertain in this world, the prices of certain things are skyrocketing. The availability of certain things are becoming more scarce. And more people are seeing the need to prepare. So items I'm talking about there, I'm talking about like a generator. A solar power generator preferably, unless you live in a house that's spaced out away from people. Why? Regular generator is going to give off a lot of sound. It's going to alert your neighbors that you got power. It's better to use an electric generator that you can charge through solar panels or through a wall outlet, whatever have you, when the grid is still up. Something that is not going to give off so much sound. It's not going to give off a smell. It's easier to contain and conceal. You can, buy gas masks. You can go and buy, again, the radios, handcuffs, and other high-ticket items that you might not buy if you don't have the money right away. So that's daily survival tip number 21. Don't forget this one. Again, this should have been a little bit higher up on the list. We got Sister Amani tapped in with us. Thank you, Sis, for tapping. Never seen you on in a while. Don't forget to enjoy life. Don't let it consume you. While you may prepare for tomorrow, the uncertainties of tomorrow, you still have you still have today to live. And it's important that you get some kind of joy out of this life. Because at the end of the day, maybe nothing at all happens. But all the things that you prep for are things that will be used anyways. You can eat canned food whenever. You can, Band-Aids still come in handy. Radios can be used for camping and hiking and all kind of stuff. That those generators and stuff, there's still blackouts. There's still situations and circumstances where those might come in handy. Again, a generator can be used for camping as well. You bring you a little electric generator, and you go out camping with your family. That's power on the campsite, right? So all the different things that people buy in the prepping world, technically it's not like they're useless during hard times. We say get it, learn to use it, and put it off to the side so that you don't put too much wear and tear on it, so that you don't deplete it, and you have it for when things hit the fan. But honestly, most of the stuff can be used. There's certain things like a tourniquet. You don't want to ever have to use a tourniquet. You don't want to ever have to use a AED machine. You don't want to ever have to give CPR or rescue breaths or anything like that. But you still should learn it, because if there ever comes a time where you do need it, you have it. So don't forget to enjoy life, family. That's Daily Survival Tip number 21. Thank you for tapping in with me, family. Daniel, KC1 NCF, signing out. Peace.